And welcome to Mauveine. I'm not sure how to pronounce it exactly. RX from Opix. Doing a quick run through of the track. First RX on the season. And it is a pretty cheesy one. There's some brutal terrain to navigate on Reach here. And a lot of bogs to try to avoid. And yeah, it should be an interesting race. You have a really long Joker. 2 Jokers, of course. And Jokers will be allowed to be taken on any lap. Just got to get both of them in before the end of the race because the Joker is so late in the lap. This section is going to get some people. That downhill is brutal. Downhill is absolutely brutal. And there is the Joker. And, well, let's give you a look at it real quick. So, just rips through here. Super tight. Not really meant to be taken too wide. Probably a single wide type deal. Rip through, and you're like at T-bone angle right there from the people taking the normal line, so it'll be an interesting rejoin. But it's so long that I don't even think it'll be that bad. We'll see. I mean, obviously people could rejoin close to each other still, but let's make sure we're good, because it looked like it was dying. Hold. I think we're back. Okay, everything good? It's like super delayed on my end, but hopefully on the VOD it's fine. I'm gonna keep going. Hopefully it's Gooch. All right, so we're gonna be going through the lineup. It's right to left. It's gonna be Hunter, Armada, iPod, Roman, Camby, Soul, Luke, Detail, and Vulcan, and 16 lapper, pace start. Green flag, 2 Jokers for each driver. First RX of the season. Let's see who gets off to a hot start there. Oh, Armada super loose on the inside. Goes down immediately. That's tough. Ripping through the water here. This part's kind of crazy. Vulcan getting stuck on somebody like midair. Oh, super tight. Wow, we've got like some 3 wides. They're going to have to figure that out. Let's see everybody go through this this downhill first lap. I want to see it. Oh, Camby, that's brutal. That turn's very difficult right there. That off-camber turn. Here we go. Roman down brutally. Wow. He was the only one that really got it, though, in lap 1, surprisingly. But it'll happen to more people. And that one was like kind of a racing deal. They were battling, too, so... Slaunch going for an early Joker. Camby as well.
Lap complete.
Hunter leading him down. First lap of this one. Wow, nice crossover there with Luke and iPod. Second and third. Armada and Soul with a good battle here for top 5. Armada gets the bog. Yeah, it's just tough if you don't have that full outside. Not really a lot he could have done there. Here we go. Treacherous downhill. Hunter. Oh, saves it, but does open up a potential move. Oh, some collisions back there. Roman going down hard. Oh, and Luke kind of locks Hunter out of the Joker. I think Hunter wanted to go for the Joker there, but Luke on the left side goes for it. Hunter not really with the right of way on that one. Oh, big Armada, iPod. Jeez.
Lap complete.
A lot of people cheesing so far. And not too surprising. I don't think it's anyone being dirty. This track is this track's hard. This track's hard. It is some difficult terrain to navigate. So not all the tracks on the season will be like this, but honestly 2 pretty difficult ones for their respective categories so far. Again, Beluga Bay not really too hard to run a lap on solo, but racing with people on it is, I think, pretty hard compared to some of the other terrain ovals. It's with all the air time, it's pretty tough. And then this one, the terrain is just really hard to navigate, and you got to be like super careful. You got to be on your toes constantly throughout the lap on this one. There goes Hunter for the Jokers. First Joker. Soul says, fuck that. Nope. Detail goes for his for a lot of people going for their first. Roman, I think, and iPod. Let's take a look at the exit this time because so many people went for it. Does Armada? Armada does as well. This is just the everybody take a Joker lap. Slaunch looking good on the rejoin and takes it from Hunter. That might be net lead for Slaunch. I think his Joker timing was incredible because I swear he went in like towards the back, but really early on. And yeah, his Joker timing might have just been absolutely incredible. I think a few drivers with 2 done already. I think Luke and Vulcan right there going for 2 done already, so they're going to be way back. Anybody behind them, I wouldn't think so because might be the only 2 with 2 done so far. So Camby and Soul, I don't believe they've taken any. They go out to the lead. I swear it might be Slaunch and Hunter net lead of the race, though. So yeah, Slaunch, I'd have to go back, but I swear he was like in last. But he took it on that first lap and must have gained a ton of time getting that early clean air. So just a strategy call from Slaunch, and right now it looks like it's working out really well because Hunter was leading that pack. So we'll have to see where he comes out with Soul and Camby, but it looks like Slaunch might have at least a podium spot right now. And there's already a Joker being taken there, and I think he's got the net lead because that's Soul, and Soul's going way behind them. So yeah, I think it might be Armada says fuck it, goes in. I think that's his second. iPod, I believe his second. So yeah, Luke and Vulcan will take those spots. So the pack of 4, so 2 Jokers done. Luke leading the 2 Joker pack. I believe Slaunch leading the 1 Joker pack. And Camby leading the no Joker pack, which isn't really a pack, it's just Camby. It's just Camby now. That's it. Yeah, cool track out of Optics. I think you'll see the style of one of the other I definitely RX, and especially with the Joker, but I think you get a little bit of those pure terrain vibes throughout here as well. You'll get a feel for that, for how those tracks will be, and we'll have one of those tracks next week. Obviously, we'll have the 2 other track types introduced next week, so we're going to have a pure terrain, a new one cooked up by Roman. I am not familiar with the MX yet, so I can't really say anything about that. It's on the schedule. I just don't really know anything about it, so you have to check that one out. But the pure terrain's a good one. It's a good one, new one made by Roman. I think it's pretty solid. I like it. So do have that one as well. Yeah, so it'll be interesting. Once next week is in, we'll have 1 race in on each track type to start off the season. We'll have to see how those race comparatively to these track types. Obviously, it's going to be very different. The closest is probably RX and pure terrain, but to be fair, this one, like I said, this one is made very close to that pure terrain style, and some of the RXs are more. It is the mixed terrain series, and I think that's mostly because of RX. Some of the RXs are a little bit more mixed. Like on this track, it's mostly just like this straight here. A lot of the rest of it's terrain. Roman's RX is mostly terrain as well. There is a little bit of block action, but it's pretty much mostly terrain as well. A lot of the ones that I'm cooking up are a little bit less on the terrain, but I still try to work it in a decent amount. So it should be a good variety there on the RX side of the season. This might be, unless I'm completely mistaken, this might be the only Reach RX. Oh, I'm stupid. Literally the other one I just mentioned is a Reach RX. Okay, those are the only 2 Reach RXs. I believe most, if not all, the other ones will be on H2A. So there is 2 Reach RXs really early on in the schedule. And then, yeah, I believe the rest currently are H2A. One of them I'm toying with making it on H4, but I might make it on H2A as well and just see which one I like better, because I'm not super confident on the H4 one. I think it'd be cool if I could nail it, but I'm not super confident on it. Let's take a look at this rejoin, because we have 2 drivers going for it. That's Roman and Soul. See where they come out, because again, we saw Luke was leading the 2 Joker pack, and it looks like he's still going to be leading the 2 Joker pack. Roman will come out in front of Vulcan, though, and Soul's going to rejoin right behind iPod. Wow. So the 2 Joker pack, those are drivers that are done with their Jokers, really starting to form up. Luke's still leading that one. Camby's still the only one that hasn't taken any. And Slaunch still leading. Look how close Slaunch is on track to Camby. He's going to overtake the lead. Slaunch has the net lead for sure. If anything, I think Slaunch has it over Camby. It's more of a question of where Slaunch comes out with the 2 Joker pack. And he's really stretched the gap from Hunter. That's got to be a good sign for him as well, man. Slaunch off to a hot start tonight.
Complete.
So that's detail there. So that's the one Joker pack. It's Slaunch, Hunter, detail. That's the only drivers on one. Everybody else besides Camby is done. Camby has none. So there you go. There's your whole set of the strategy there. I'm usually pretty bad at keeping track of that, admittedly, but on this track it's pretty easy because thankfully Opix made the Joker long as fuck. It makes it really easy to tell the strategy. Some of the other tracks where the long Jokers are like technically the long way, but it's not very different, it can get pretty hard to tell the strategy. This one is very easy, which is pretty nice, actually. Very, very easy to visually see the differences in strategy on this one, because there's such a time difference. I'm gonna take a check of the lap. Why do I say it like that? Lap count here. Okay, about like seven to go. I did say 16. The drivers are going to 18. We gave everybody 2 sight laps at the beginning of this one, so that was before I started recording. So that's why they're going to 18 and not 16. We have a move right here. iPod on Vulcan. I think Vulcan might have made a mistake because he was ahead of iPod, but he was also like further ahead, right? But iPod's there scrapping it out, and he's gapped Soul a bit. This might be a decent return for iPod here as well on this race. And yeah, he's not like super close to up front, but I think he's got to be pretty happy with how he's doing, having not raced in literally over a decade. Very, very behind, obviously. Camby just still holding on to it. He is not starting his Jokers yet. Oh, okay, nope, Slaunch, nope. This is kind of what I'm keeping an eye on now because the gaps are pretty well stretched with these other guys. Oh, no! Detail takes the rumble very aggressively, goes down off of it. That's brutal. And that is risky. It's not just this track. Reach rumbles in general, I find, are pretty risky. Feels like they like to two-wheel kick you a lot more often than some of the other games. Wow, great battle right there we're witnessing with iPod and Vulcan. They're really going at it. They're bringing Roman. Roman must have made a mistake. He fell behind. That's a good battle going on right there. That's all on-track position. iPod really scrapping it out. He could be on the... He could be close to top 5, the way this is working out. We'll have to see how these other Jokers go. Oh my god, Hunt. Okay, held on to it. So that could get kind of scary right there, but no Joker from Camby, no Joker from Slaunch, no Joker from Hunter. They are not having it right now. Detail? Nope. Oh, kind of risky again. And that's the... You can lose a little bit of lap time, but that's the risk of taking that rumble so aggressively. It can cheese you. And there's also the rock on the inside there, too, so you got to be careful on that inside. It's a pretty treacherous one. What the hell happened on this lap? Now Roman got way ahead of Vulcan, and iPod's behind Soul. I almost want to look at a replay. What the fuck just happened? Well, I think that... Well, okay, we have our answer right here. There you go. There you go. Wow. Roman loves to see that. Let's watch that from his perspective, because that was actually pretty hilarious. This is a literal gift just wrapped for Roman under the fucking Christmas tree right here. Watch this. It's a tough section. You got to be careful there. If you try to take it aggressively like they seemed to, you can go down. You can go down. If you're not careful there, you can go down. Roman goes by. 2 drivers, double pass. iPod loses the spot to Soul as well. Man, that is a tough break. That is a tough break.
Lap complete.
All right, we're getting to crunch time here, Camby. When you taking this damn Joker, bro? I'm getting sick of it. Ah, come on. All right, let's see these guys. Because we did have that other battle to watch, but that cheese just kind of killed that too. So now we're kind of waiting on these Jokers to see how things play out with that second Joker pack, which Luke is currently leading. And this will give us a good idea. So you saw the gap with Detail to Slaunch. This will give us a good idea here. Let's see how Detail comes out here of this Joker lane. Any T-bone potential? No. He's going to come out behind Luke. So, and if you look at the gap there, currently, I would say Luke and Hunter would probably be pretty close. But yeah, just judging by the gap, I think Slaunch has got the net lead. It's a hard call, but just looking at the gap comparatively with Detail to Slaunch versus Detail to Luke after the Joker was taken, that's kind of what it's looking like. Camby, okay, here we go. Camby's going in. See him over there. I'm going to try to get a wide shot so you can see this. And yeah, Slaunch absolutely going to take the lead from Camby, but there is another Joker to be taken. Hunter will take a spot from Camby as well. And Camby looks like he works out to a similar spot to Luke and Detail. Or Detail in particular, rather. So yeah, I think Camby will come out somewhat similarly to Detail from the second Joker, assuming no mistakes are made. That's kind of what it looks like. I'm doing my best here from the commentary side. Obviously, this RX stuff. I mean, the drivers are trying to do the best calculations in their head too. It's tough to make these predictions, but that's part of what makes RX so interesting. An interesting race. Not too many like on-track battles. We have seen a few good ones or glimpses of ones, but this one was more so a survival race. This track's brutal. This track's brutal, and running fast laps and not dying on this track is hard to do, and Slaunch is doing a great job of it right now. But is he taking his Joker? He is not. And he's running out of time. This Camby. He's running out of time. Slaunch only has a couple more opportunities to go for it. Camby got a weird bump right there, but he does decide to do it. So let's see what happens with Camby. We're going to go for this wide shot again. There's Luke and Detail in that order, leading that second Joker pack. There goes Camby. Oh, no, Luke with the same issue as Detail goes down. Detail will take that spot, but Camby does come out behind both of them, but in front of Roman. It's a big mistake. That could give Detail a podium position. The way things are working out, again, we'll have to see. It's up to Slaunch and Hunter now. Where are they going to come out? And we're going to find out soon, because they kind of have to do it soon. They're running out of time for this last Joker. I believe we're coming to white flag this time by, actually. So they got to get on it. So we're gonna stay over here with them because they're gonna be taking it soon. And Slaunch is waiting. Slaunch is waiting all the way. Hunter is not. Hunter's taking it right now. They're so far behind. Oh! What happened there? Detail going for it on the downhill. Finds one of the bumps, goes down, is able to recover just in front of Camby, but he will relinquish the spot to Luke again, and they're both gonna get passed by Hunter. I think if Luke didn't make the initial mistake, it might have been close between him and Hunter. I think if Detail didn't make that one, he'd probably be around where Luke is right now, so probably would have to still work the spot on Hunter. But if Luke didn't make the initial mistake, I think it would have been very interesting between him and Hunter. But it happened, and Hunter, with that and taking advantage of that, Hunter's in a position for second place, which would be a great finish for him. And Slaunch, here we go. I mean, I think we could tell from Hunter, right? As long as Slaunch doesn't get his Xbox cord pulled out by the baby, I think he's chilling. I think this is a sweep to start off the season. And just goes to show how different this season's going to be compared to the short track showdown. Nobody did that in the short track showdown. We're starting off with somebody doing it here in mixed terrain. Yeah, it's not even close. Not even a contest. Slaunch going to do it. Going to take the overall in the night. Both victories. There it is. Very dominant here on the RX. And Hunter, a great second place. Luke will settle for third. Camby. Oh, we'll have to see what happened on the last lap. That got spicy. Okay. That was last lap, right? Okay, good. Well, you know what? They're lining up. All right. Okay, so it's the same thing, I'm assuming. Oh, Luke almost got it there, too. Well, that's brutal. Wow. That's brutal. Downhill's tricky, man. There's definitely some reach gophers hidden in there that you got to try to avoid. And that's brutal, man. That loses Detail 4th place. So, yeah, Luke to 3rd. Camby to 4th. Detail will settle for 5th. Roman 6th. And then what's this battle back here? Because this was getting pretty spicy. It's really close to the line. Vulcan gets it over iPod. Wow. iPod got back by Soul. I mean, he's got to be pretty happy with that. Armada rounding it out here. Tough. I'm sure he's not as surprised with this result, but I'm still sad about the terrain oval finish. I'm sure he is too. So much potential, man. So much potential, but just really bad luck on both late race incidents, honestly. I don't think he did anything wrong. I don't think anybody really conked him on purpose either. It's just unfortunate stuff from there, from Ramda. All right, so the overall on the night, obviously, Solange going to be claiming that one. Banger start for him. Takes the overall maximum points he possibly could have earned. What a way to kick off the season. 2 wins back-to-back to start off after he got 2 wins total in the entirety of last season. So Solange here to play in mixed terrain, trying to regain after last season. He's off to a great start. Second overall will go to Luke with some help with the cheese on the late laps there. Will be good enough for second overall, barely 27 points. Third overall will be Detail. Obviously, a really good shot at second there, but lost it unfortunately at the end. Going to be taking third overall, 26. And then fourth overall, do you know who it is? Take a guess. Well, I'm going to tell you, it's Vulcan. Vulcan, fourth overall. Really great opening night. 25 points. That's a solid opener from Vulcan compared to his last season. That's great stuff. Fifth was Camby. Fifth overall was Camby. 24 points. Yeah, solid stuff there to start the season from Camby. It was a really close battle because sixth goes to Hunter with 22, obviously taking a majority of that haul from that last race. Seventh was Roman with 21. Rough start, compared to his hot last season, but he'll get back on it, I'm sure. Eighth, going to be going to Soul. Really close between, Roman, Soul, and Hunter. Soul, obviously the second race really hurt him. 20 points there for Soul. And then ninth overall will go to iPod, taking home 18 points. Yeah, could be a game type thing. He definitely looked, even though he got the same results, funnily enough, he looked a lot stronger on this, I thought. So looked a lot more comfortable with reach. So maybe look out for him on the reach tracks. Maybe he'll, feel a little bit more comfortable there. And then Armada, brutal 10th place overall. Not deserved. Honestly, I mean, if he would have got the overall or the oval result that he should have, I don't think it would have changed anything in the RX, but he should have gotten at least a top 5 in the oval. He could have been competing with like Soul, Roman, Hunter, like that group for the overall. That was just brutal the way that played out. So really, really unfortunate. Does not tell the whole story for sure on that one. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed it. That's the results. And obviously the overall result wasn't as crazy, but yeah, on the podium for this race, shout out to Hunter. That's a big one for him. But yeah, Solange taking home the big trophy for tonight. This is just a great performance out of him on the night overall, and especially on this track, of course. Let his white flag play out in a moment. We'll talk about the future tracks. All right, so we'll go on board. You guys enjoy following Solange's white flag lap for the race win. So next week, another 2-race night. It's going to be different track types. 4 different track types throughout the season. And next week, it's going to be Zariba. Is that how you say it, Roman? What the fuck are these names, bro? Terra. That's the pure terrain. Definitely worth checking out. That one's also pretty tech. There's a lot of tech tracks early in the schedule. So that one I think is definitely worth checking out before we race it. And then 7 Flags MX. I don't even know who made it, so I'll have to look into that. Sorry, I don't really have information on that at the moment. we'll have to figure that one out myself as well. But yeah, so going into a pure terrain and an MX next week. So yeah, look forward to those. We'll see what Slaunch can do. See if he can defend, the race wins this week, and see if he can further that point lead. Obviously, after a rough short track showdown, this is a great start to the season for him. So, looking really good here early on. There it is, taking the line one more time. iPod fastest lap, is that true? With the 55 too? That's crazy. Shout out. But yeah, GG's. GG's. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks to everyone that showed up. Shout out to Slaunch one more time on a great overall to start off the season. And we'll see you guys next week. See who's gonna be competitive on the pure terrain side of things and the MX. See you there.